1, 2, 3, action. Yeah, what is up guys? Fahan here with Za once again, and today we have Ashraf and Rafiq, the owners of this Bajaj Pulsar 200 NS200. That time I mixed up lah. I said this one Suzuki lah. Because the logo almost the same lah.
Yes, correct.
This is one of the common bikes in Singapore, but it's underrated, you know. When Bajaj first came into Singapore, including myself, a lot of people are skeptical about the capability, reliability of the bikes, you know. But over time, it proved to be very robust. It's almost like the FZ, but in the Indian version.
But
correct. So before Ashraf and Rafiq actually tell us the story about their Pulsar NS200, we're gonna give a bit of background about it.
The Bajaj Pulsar NS200 is a standard class of motorcycle and is closely related to the Pulsar RS200, the sport variation. In its home market of India, there are several displacement variations, and it's a popular motorcycle with over 10 million sold worldwide in 2018. Rafiq and Ashraf's model is a 2012 model. Engine is a 199cc liquid-cooled 4-valve SOHC with a carburetor fuel system and a 6-speed manual transmission. In Singapore, the Pulsar NS200 is a popular commuter bike used by all riders of all ages.
Alright guys, so shout out to our sponsor Liqui Moly.
do check out their online store for awesome motorbike care related products.
Support us by clicking on the link below to view the range of products.
Or use our promo code upon checking out.
You guys can tell us why you guys got the Bajaj Pulsar NS200 as your ride. Maybe we start with you.
So I've been riding this NS200 for 4 years. I got my license way earlier, around 6 or 7 years ago. But I did not need a bike. Like when you just pass, you immediately want to get a bike. But because I think my parents don't let, so I just listen. So
you're one of the rare riders that never get a bike after pass license.
Oh, but the feeling was strong. Like you really just go to SG Bike Mart there, you find every day scroll for the nice bikes, right?
How long it took you?
Oh, then
till your first bike. This was your first bike, is it?
I would say my own first bike lah. But I rode other bikes before this under second name.
Okay, I understand. Like sub rider lah.
Yeah, correct. After 2 years of passing my 2B, and at that point of time I took my 2A also. Then I looked for this bike and eventually came across this bike. I was contemplating between this and MT-03 at that point of time. How I got this bike is I asked my dad, like, I want to get this bike. I came across it on SG Bike Mart. Previously, it had a aftermarket head cowl. It looked nicer in a way lah, but it's not approved if you send it for inspection. So to the leceh part. Because I was also concerned with cost, so I go with a 2B bike as compared to a 2A bike. Other than that, why I chose this bike, I think it looked nice. I didn't really research about it. It just looked nice initially on the picture.
Actually, so it's the same as my old bike, the CBR 550. I just like the bike only, but people say it's an update bike. When I buy already, I was like, alamak, update bike. Never mind lah.
No lah, it depends on what you feel about it lah.
To talk about your experience, correct. So I called my dad. Then I want to get this bike. Then he say, isn't that an Indian bike? You sure good or not? Like really all skepticism. It's correct. It's true. Why don't you get a Japanese bike like Honda or something, which is more reliable?
Correct.
And like at the point of time, like I was thinking, does it really matter though? Because by then I was a stupid boy back then. I didn't really think about it because I just looked for the nice bikes like it. So eventually over the years, I think it didn't give much problem. So I would say like what you say, it's underrated. Because it has a lot of good qualities.
What about you, Rafiq?
Okay, so I had a license 3 years ago. Then like him, I also didn't ride for 1 year. But mainly because I didn't have any money to buy. Because I am still a student. I saved up money by working part-time. And then after that, I got my first bike, which was the FZ16. I used it for about 1 year. But the thing is, the COE going to expire this year. And like, you know the COE now, right? I mean, recently went up $39.
Waiting for 8K only.
So I had about 1 year left. At that point of time, I sold the bike in November last year. And then after that, I wanted to buy a bike that didn't have COI. Because I'm still a student and I don't want to think about paying monthly installment. So like I went to Carousel, I look up different bikes that had like at least 4 years, 3 years COE left. And then I chanced upon this guy. So this one, and he's actually like my close friend lah. So like we talk about a lot about the bikes, and I asked him and being with a bike for 1 year, you learn a lot of things about how to maintain a bike, engine oil change, the clutch cable being like maybe like loose or something. There's a lot of things that I learned about from the FZ. I was quite confident to carry over the knowledge that I had to take off this guy. I also think like this bike actually looks so much nicer than the FZ, in my opinion. But being an Indian bike, a lot of people like they talk against it. They're like, why you want to buy? But the thing is, Yamaha also produced the FZ in India also.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so
KTM also?
Yes, correct. KTM also.
and like Bajaj owns like the KTM. Bajaj owns also.
So when you want to rebut, you just say like that lah. Bajaj owns half of KTM, okay? So can say that Ashraf influenced you.
Yeah, to an extent.
Wow,
and I also got
power.
other friends in our school also.
Yes,
had
who
the same
also
bike.
ride Pulsar.
Oh, seriously?
yeah.
Wow, okay. My personal opinion, this one don't judge me. The Bajaj, the Pulsar especially, I see always veteran riders riding it.
Yes,
Correct.
Veteran.
Yeah.
Very rare you see a young guy riding it. There's another model, the sports version.
RS200.
RS200. That one is very nice. It's really futuristic in terms of its look, its design. And if a Bajaj RS200 rider out there, if you are watching this video, if you want, we really want you to reach out to us. We want to feature your bikes in our videos.
Because the RS200 came later also.
Then menyesal or not? don't ask that lah.
No lah, because the RS200 base it looks on a race bike, whereas I think Pulsar 200 NS is
Naked bike.
a naked bike or street bike lah.
NS naked sport NS.
Yeah.
And then not national service.
One deal.
How would you describe its performance as compared to the previous bikes that you have rode before?
For me, I don't have much experience in terms of gauging it with other bikes. But when I bought this bike, I think I was the third owner. I bought it from a shop. I got a close up to 42 km per litre, which I think was well maintained by the previous owners. So I was actually lucky, I would say. But it ranges because on the group chat, some people have poor fuel efficiency. But I think I was one of the luckier ones to get a good efficiency for the bike.
How about you, Rafi? How would you rate the performance?
Okay.
Sorry, I keep forgetting his name.
I had the opportunity to ride an FZ for a year, right? And during that year, for me, I'm quite into bikes in the fact that I like to like performance of a bike is very important to me. There's quite a few differences for those of you who are considering getting one of these. For one thing, if you compare with an FZ, the suspension for this bike is a bit more stiffer. So like FZ, when you go hum on the road and stuff, right, it absorbs better, the front and back. Yeah, but then this one, if you want to go fast, it handles better. Like if you want to corner, this one corner better. This bike is also very tall. Like if my friend here, if he rides like that, he cannot
I
touch the
drink
ground.
it actually.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your guys' height? People have been asking this.
164.
164.
I'm 178.
Comfortable for you guys?
For me, it's still comfortable.
For me, I can still flat foot, but it's quite a bit higher than the FZ. But that would mean the good thing is when you corner, you can corner a bit more lower. Cannot corner baring, but you can corner a bit more lower in a sense. The FZ, if you corner, then later the pack will touch the ground.
Yes.
And that was
Correct.
So in terms of handling, maneuverability, agility, how would you describe it? Is it as nimble as the FZ?
Okay, for me, the FZ, when you sit, right, a lot of FZ people will say this, and I agree. In terms of sitting, right, you feel like you're inside the bike. It's very comfortable. This one, at first, when I took the bike from the previous owner, I rode it back home. Felt like I was on the bike. Like if anything happened, I would fly off. But then after a while, you get used to it. It's just as nimble as any Class 2B bike.
What about you, Ashraf?
I think being a older model, like a carburetor model, as compared to the newer F5 version, I think the newer model bikes are more smooth. Yeah, like get to try the CB 190R and 150R. I think that one in terms of moving off is more smooth in terms of the clutch and all. But maybe for older bikes, although it is still not much of an effect, but it's still
It's just when you see from
telling, I would say.
Because there's a new model in 2017. In Singapore, it came in. Pulsar still NS200. But then it's FI version. So in the group, there's a lot of different opinions as to which one has better fuel consumption. They say the FI one is smoother and has better fuel consumption.
Yeah, updated models over the years lah.
So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
big is the tank and what is the mileage you can get from full tank?
Total 12 liters. For me, I can get 400 km with a full 10 liters.
Not
Yeah. As in, I don't have to worry until it goes into reserve where you just have to switch on the knob on the side
Yeah, like FZ also. FZ also have.
Yeah, this is the older version lah. So that there's a knob. The newer version don't.
This one is how many liter?
2 liters.
2 liters.
But some say it's just 1.5 because the last half liter is unusable because afraid it might affect the engine.
Okay, so let's talk about customization. Okay, for you,
Not much, just the sticker only.
the word Pulsar has been changed
Yeah.
to a much more cooler font. Wow, for yourself, wow, you got a Captain American team here. Why?
Yes. Actually, originally when I bought the bike, it's blue with red rims with a aftermarket black head cowl. But I saw it as a opportunity to make it into a blue, red and white lah. I would say of course it's based off Captain America, but I don't want it to be too tacky, so not too much lah. So long as it looks like it, and I also bought the helmet to go along with the bike lah.
Nice.
Land of the free, home of the brave. Any other customization you guys made like yourself? You put butt-end mirrors.
The one that it came with was the stock one.
Yes, correct.
Actually, the stock one looks very similar to KTM Duke's one.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, even the material
Parts bin.
yeah.
I think so.
It looks quite similar.
It's very big ah.
Yeah, so my previous FZ also had this similar
Buy-in mirrors.
thing. Yeah, but the thing is, the buy-in mirrors you have to be careful when you buy online. Because some of them, the view is very crap one. And when you look, you cannot see the car behind. But this one I bought, they say it's wide angle, and it really is like as good as the proper one. So I think like it makes the top look a bit more cleaner. I don't see any disadvantage if you get a good one. And this one cost me I think about $25 only.
Where you get it from, man?
I got it from Shopee, I think.
Shopee.
Yeah.
Okay lah. So in the market, are there a lot of accessories related to the Pulsar?
The good thing about this bike, right, is recently, I think 2017 to 2020 around there, Modernas from Malaysia brought this bike to Malaysia.
Yes.
Because of that, there's a lot of parts that you can find on Shopee that come from Malaysia. Because they bring the parts, we can use it for our bikes lah. Even though our bike is the carburetor model for both of us, and their one is the FI. The first version they brought in is already the FI. Yeah, so like if you lose any parts, you don't have to go to the. Okay, you can talk about the dealership in Singapore.
Oh yes, correct.
Yeah.
Have.
Yeah, as in there's only one dealership in Singapore, which is at Universal Motors at Bukit Merah. That's where I always do my servicing anyway lah. But because all parts only come from them, so kirakan if you want to go to other workshops, right, other workshops still have to order from this particular shop in order to get the parts. So your delay time at other workshops might be more lah. So I go straight to the dealer for them to do it. So the mechanic there also deal with Pulsar bikes only. So I would think, or I would feel that they are more experienced and more knowledgeable in terms of the bike itself. So I just leave it to them to diagnose the bike for me.
I see. You know what? I'm so surprised. Bajaj has a dealership in Singapore, but Kawasaki doesn't.
Yes, correct.
What rubbish is this? I think I mentioned this before lah. Like how to say, if the bike is available in Malaysia or what, definitely aftermarket part will be trickled down to Singaporean.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so before the circuit breaker, I think it was noticeable that more Malaysians started to choose to ride this bike lah. Can see more Pulsar on the road and with Malaysian plate numbers.
When I was still travelling through and through the JB Causeway, right?
1 year anniversary ah.
So sorry, it's okay. Anyway, when I was still travelling through and through the Causeway, I do notice that there are a lot of Pulsars in queue, you know. The RS, the NS.
Yes.
It's a good sign, you know, if Modernas actually brings in these bikes into the Malaysian market so that you get aftermarket parts.
Yeah, correct.
If you want to get more aftermarket parts also, I think Indonesia have a lot of aftermarket parts where they have a lot of accessories that you can change. Like what I said, the head cowl originally that was on this bike came from Indonesia, which when I got into an accident, it broke. It's hard to replace, and eventually I replaced with the stock head.
They also got belly pan, if you want to install belly pan also.
Okay, so can say the accessories, no need to worry lah.
Yeah, should be okay.
Okay, so guys, what's your maintenance schedule like and your servicing, you know? And what kind of bike shop you guys go to do your servicing?
If you want to do normal servicing, you can just go to any bike shop. Like they will do the oil filter. But oil filter must get. Oil filter can use KTM one. KTM the Duke oil filter, you can use that one.
Okay.
So the oil filter can use. But then usually we just go to the Universal Motors. They actually have this particular logo on the dashboard. That if you surpass a certain number of km, then the logo will come up. Yeah.
Then you go back to the dealer or mechanic, then they will reset for you.
Yeah, correct. So it's like that. Then we just go. I think for all 2B bikes it's about 2.5 to 3,000 kilometers. Then we just go for oil change. Then twice. Then we go change oil filter.
So it's standard lah.
But
oil spark plug, filter.
Yes.
Yeah, but for me, if it's just engine oil, I do it myself. So then I bring the engine oil to a workshop and just pass it over to them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think you can do it yourself at home.
Throughout your ownership of this bike, has it give you any problems or not? Because you know, different bikes, you know, lain orang lain ragam, lain motor lain.
Correct,
ragam
correct.
juga. You know, different bike have different characteristic, personality. So their problems also there is inherent problem. So is there any known issues with the Bajaj Pulsar NS200?
For me, riding it for 4 years, I think most of the issues come from myself because I get into accident. I accident, then of course handlebar break or something like that. Then that's my problem. But or else, for all the accidents that I went through, the bike still does not give me any issues in terms of the internal. Yeah, so I just have to change a lot of the aesthetics or the external components. Yeah, or else like what you say is robust.
When I bought the bike, the only issue that I face, not really an issue lah, is basically the previous owner, he liked to whack. So he liked to whack the bike, and then his tires were quite bald lah. It is the tire that I don't really like, and a lot of people also, I think they don't really like that tire lah. So I don't want to name that tire lah. But one day after, I changed to the Pirelli Diablo Rosso Sport lah. This one for class 2B, this one is usually the go-to for budget and good lah.
So how far have you gone? Have you gone right out of JB? I'm sure you guys must have ride to JB.
I have rode to JB lah, but I don't know about
Only
him with the
my
bike.
old bike lah, old bike go there.
So
how far
have you gone?
Because I use the bike mostly for commute to school, commute to places.
Since you go to Malaysia, right, I want to ask you, have you whacked this bike on the Kelapata area there?
Yes.
Then how is it? How fast is it, bro?
On the on the speedometer is close to 140, 139 km per hour. Yeah, so I think it's actually quite fast as compared to other 2B bikes. But there are other 2B bikes which are
Actually,
faster.
you can feel the difference. Like if I go up from FZ16 to this one, the first day you can feel at about 7,000 RPM, the pull is very strong. Yeah, for class 2B lah. Don't want to say class 2A, class 2 but you can feel the difference between the FZ.
This one 200cc.
Yeah.
I didn't know it would be such a big difference, no? But it was.
So it matters, the CC matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so being relatively heavier is also more stable.
Yeah.
So that's why you can go higher speeds.
At those high speed, does it really wobble or?
No. Oh, not really. Just that I also fear myself being so fast. Yeah, but just safe speed lah. I think the reasons why I got into my accidents is because I go crazy with the bike.
You total happy
Yeah.
You total happy.
The best memory every video I hear you all say what's the best memory you have with the bike.
Okay, you answer yourself now. What's the best memory?
For me, actually, I've only been with the bike for 4 months. So, for about 4
Time you buy
months
circuit
plus.
breaker, expensive.
So the bike expires at the end of.
We never
I never ask for the price. Forget to ask the price also.
Oh, okay.
So I bought this bike for 3,000.
3,000.
For the COE finish 2024. So end 2023 December there. So I have about 3 years 2021, 2022, 23. So 3,000.
Yeah, not bad. That's a deal. 1,000 every year, 1,000.
And I sold my FZ for a good price, so just top up a bit from there only. Then can tahan a bit more 3 years. Then by the time get a job, hopefully get a better bike.
Yourself? How much?
I think I bought it a bit more expensive. For 7.5 years left at that point of time, I bought it for 9k total, 8.5k. But because I was a newbie back then, it's like parents allow already. Okay, just buy. Never even nego with the shop. Never even check second price, second opinion. I would think that I
First
paid
bike
a
always,
little bit over how much I could have gotten it for.
You bought this for 8,000 plus.
Yeah.
And how much do you spend on your customization?
Just a few hundreds actually, because it's just stickers. So it total up to around.
bro.
Tak lah, I send it to this shop at Proxima Gambas, Ideal Decal. Actually, during the circuit breaker, because we got a bit of time, I think up of the design myself and just tell him what I wanted.
What's with the empty sticker on
I told you already.
empty sticker on
Yeah,
the
so
market?
I was saying, because as much as it's Captain America inspired, I would think the empty logo very nice. So I just tak apalah, syok sendiri letak lah.
That empty-
Don't kecam lah Yamaha people.
Empty
will be the anti-bike will be Ashraf's next bike. Confirm one.
I just think it's a nice logo. I don't have any particular one. Just that I'm thankful that this bike can get me from one place to another quite safely, mostly. Although, through the rain or the hot sun, because I live in the east side and then my school is in the west side. So it's close to 40 km every day. Not every day lah,
Once a
but
week.
a few times a week lah. So it's a scary time because in the morning with the jam and all the, I'm just glad to be safe right here. So for all the new riders, always safety first.
Yes.
Yes.
Then bring girlfriend.
Ah?
Never
Don't have lah.
Girlfriend don't want to ride.
Oh serious ah? Alamak sedihnya. So sad.
Regarding this bike, how far you can go? You know, I recall reading up this.
Oh yes,
blog,
yes.
regarding this SG biker boy, this
Yes.
guy who rode
yeah.
the NS Pulsar, NS200 to Thailand, to Mae Hong Son, to Golden Triangle,
Yes,
to
correct.
Cambodia, and he actually inspired me a little bit, you know, to research on the destination where I want to go, what to do, and from his blog, he recommend the piston shop. That is what I recommended to you.
Oh, when my bike broke down.
When the tire broke down.
After accident, yeah.
SG biker boy, if you are watching this, shout out to you.
Yeah.
We hope to meet you someday also.
As in, from there also you read, because he shares a lot of his experience going there, and also what he does to his bike, what engine oil he used, when he changed, and so from there you also get to learn. So it's always good to share your knowledge with everyone.
So my personal opinion, the Bajaj NS200 is an obscure bike, underrated, and veteran riders usually ride it lah. And for me, sorry to say, if I see this bike, I don't care lah.
It's just another FZ on
It's
the
just
road.
another motorcycle on the road.
Another class 2B.
It mixes very well in traffic.
Correct,
So if you're investigation officer, you're tailing someone, use this bike.
Yeah, I mean, you can pass it off as an FZ. And then, I mean, at the first glance, people will think, FZ. But if they look closer, it's a Bajaj. It's a Pulsar. Being an underrated bike with a lot of power, you know, this bike could have gone more further into could have taken up a big chunk of the market.
Yeah. Agree.
Guarantee you put KTM. Oh, bikes, yeah. So okay lah. Any riders want to review their bike, you can get in touch with us on our social media pages below.
If you like this video, click like and share with your riding kakis, and don't forget to subscribe.
And thank you guys for coming out, to do this bike review with us.
Hey, thank you so much.
It's a
thank you
wonderful
so much.
opportunity lah.
Okay, Zah.
Thanks. And that's it for the vlog, and we will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.